Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering you've been a criminal your entire life, not because you robbed a bank or committed some heinous act, but because you ate ice cream on a Sunday, sang too loudly in your shower, or dared to wear mismatched socks in public. Sounds absolutely insane, right? Well, welcome to the wonderfully bizarre world of legislation gone completely mad. Buried deep within law books across the globe are rules so ridiculous, so utterly nonsensical, that even the police officers sworn to uphold them have collectively decided to look the other way. Today, we're diving headfirst into the dustiest corners of legal history to uncover 50 laws that technically exist but have never seen the inside of a courtroom. Buckle up, because this journey through legislative lunacy is about to get wild. Rule number 1. Let's kick things off in the land of the free, where freedom apparently has some very specific limitations. In the state of Connecticut, pickles must bounce to officially be considered pickles. This isn't a joke. The State Food and Drug Commission actually requires pickles to drop from a height of 1 foot and bounce to be declared fit for human consumption. While no pickle has ever been arrested for failing its bounce test, the law remains a testament to someone's very passionate feelings about cucumber preservation. If your pickle doesn't bounce, is it even worth eating? Or should we start a pickle athletics program? Rule number 2. Over in the sunny paradise of Florida, it is technically illegal for an unmarried woman to go parachuting on Sundays. The reasoning behind this law has been lost to history, but it suggests someone was deeply concerned about single ladies falling from the sky on the Lord's Day. No skydiving instructor has ever checked marital status before a jump, but the law waits patiently in the archives. Does this mean married women have divine protection from parachute malfunctions? Or did Florida just really want to control weekend activities? Rule number 3. The beautiful state of Indiana once decided that the value of pi should legally be changed to 4. In 1897, a bill proposed this mathematical atrocity to simplify calculations for school children. Thankfully, a professor intervened before the law could pass, saving generations of engineers from building circular disasters. Imagine bridges collapsing because politicians thought math was too complicated. If lawmakers could rewrite the laws of physics, would gravity be optional on Mondays? Rule number 4. In the charming town of Carmel, California, a woman cannot wear high heels exceeding 2 inches without a permit. This law was allegedly created to prevent lawsuits from people tripping on the town's uneven sidewalks and tree roots. While the fashion police aren't measuring heel heights at town borders, the ordinance remains active. It's a law that simultaneously protects ankles and crushes dreams of glamorous walks down Ocean Avenue. Would you sacrifice style for safety, or would you rebel against the heel establishment? Rule number 5. Deep in the heart of Texas, it is illegal to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. This suspiciously specific law makes you wonder about the absolute chaos that once unfolded in a Texan hotel room involving a sharpshooter and an unfortunate bison. The law doesn't mention the first or third floors, so technically those remain. Fair game. If you're planning a Wild West adventure, just remember to book a ground floor room or take your buffalo hunting outdoors like a civilized person. Rule number 6. Japan has a beautifully poetic law stating that it is illegal to make someone feel uncomfortable by staring at them in an elevator. While personal space is deeply respected in Japanese culture, no one has ever been hauled to court for aggressive eye contact between floors. It's the kind of law that makes you wonder how many painfully awkward elevator rides it took before someone decided enough was enough. Should we have international staring limits? Or should elevator rides remain the ultimate social survival test? Rule number 7. In the picturesque nation of Denmark, you are legally required to check under your car for sleeping children before starting the engine. This law sounds horrifyingly necessary until you realize it was created during an era when cars were new, slow, and children apparently loved napping underneath them. While modern Danes aren't crawling under their vehicles every morning, the law serves as a charming reminder of simpler, more dangerous times. Do you think this law should be updated, or should we all adopt a check before you drive policy? Rule number 8. The great state of Georgia has declared it illegal to tie a giraffe to a street lamp. Unlike Oklahoma's telephone pole giraffe law, Georgia specifically targeted street lamps, suggesting a very particular incident involving one very tall animal and one very determined owner. The logistics of actually tying a giraffe to anything seem challenging enough without legal intervention. If you owned a giraffe, would you even attempt public parking, or would you just build a really tall garage? Rule number 9. In Russia, it is technically illegal to tell children that gay people exist. This modern law, unlike most on our list, is actively used as a tool of discrimination rather than a forgotten relic. It's a stark reminder that not all dumb laws are harmlessly absurd. Some are weapons disguised as legislation. While we're here for laughs, this one deserves recognition as proof that laws can be both dumb and dangerous. The best laws protect people. The worst ones try to erase them. Rule number 10. Move into lighter territory. The city of Mobile, Alabama, prohibits women from wearing stiletto heels. Much like Carmel's heel restrictions, this law suggests a historical vendetta against elevated footwear. Unlike Carmel, no permit system exists. Heels are simply forbidden. While the stiletto police have never made an arrest, the law stands as a monument to someone's deeply personal grudge against fashion. Is there any footwear that should genuinely be illegal? Or should we let feet be free? Rule number 11. In the scenic wonderland of Switzerland, it is illegal to mow your lawn on Sundays. The Swiss take their peace and quiet extremely seriously, and the buzzing of lawn equipment on the day of rest is considered a disturbance. While neighbors might give you dirty looks rather than call the police, the law reflects a cultural commitment to tranquility. Should every country adopt mandatory quiet days, or is the right to mow whenever you want? Arkansas has a law stating that the state legislature must convene at least once per decade. While this sounds reasonable, it implies that at some point, lawmakers considered meeting even less frequently. Imagine a government that only shows up once every 10 years, like a distant relative at a family reunion. The law is technically enforced by default, since modern legislatures meet constantly, but it's a fascinating glimpse into a past where governance was apparently optional. Rule number 13. In the ancient city of York, England, it is technically legal to kill a Scotsman with a bow and arrow, except on Sundays. This medieval law was never officially repealed, though obviously no one has tested it in court for several centuries. It's a dark reminder of the violent conflicts between England and Scotland in the distant past. While Anglo-Scottish relations have improved dramatically, the law lurks in the archives like a forgotten horror movie. Would you feel nervous as a Scottish tourist in York, or would you trust modern civilization to override medieval murder permits? Rule number 14. The state of New York once had a law requiring that elevator operators be polite to passengers. While elevator operators are now an endangered species, the law technically remains in effect. It raises important questions about legislating basic human decency. Should we have politeness laws for all service industries, or would that create a dystopia of forced smiles and passive-aggressive compliance? Either way, it's nice to know that someone once cared deeply about vertical transportation manners. Rule number 15. In the land down under, specifically Western Australia, it is illegal to possess more than 50 kilograms of potatoes. This law was originally designed to protect the state's potato marketing board from bulk buyers who might disrupt the carefully controlled spud economy. While potato police aren't conducting kitchen raids, the law remains an absurd monument to agricultural protectionism. If you're planning a massive potato salad, you might want to keep it quiet and divide your purchases across multiple shopping trips. Rule number 16. Finland has a gloriously specific law regarding reindeer safety. It is illegal to paint a reindeer. with reflective paint without proper authorization. This sounds ridiculous until you realize Finland has a genuine problem with reindeer vehicle collisions, and reflective paint actually helps drivers spot the animals at night. While the law is practical in spirit, the mental image of bureaucrats approving reindeer paint jobs is wonderfully absurd. Should more animals be equipped with safety features, or should we just drive more carefully around wildlife? Rule number 17. In the glamorous city of Milan, it is required by an old city law that citizens must smile at all times in public. Exceptions exist only for funerals and hospital visits, while the fashion capital is known for its stylish residents rather than its perpetually grinning ones. The law reflects a desire for civic cheerfulness. Imagine being fined for a bad mood after a rough Monday. Would mandatory happiness improve society, or would it create a nation of fake smiles hiding genuine misery? Rule number 18. The state of Massachusetts once made it illegal to put tomatoes in clam chowder. This law was created to protect the sanctity of New England clam chowder, which is traditionally cream-based. Adding tomatoes would make it Manhattan-style, which is apparently a culinary crime in Boston. While no chef has been arrested for tomato-based heresy, the law reveals how seriously some regions take their local cuisine. Is food purity worth protecting by law, or should culinary creativity be unlimited? Rule number 19. In the tropical paradise of Barbados, it is technically illegal to wear camouflage clothing. This law was created to prevent civilians from being confused with military personnel. While tourists aren't being stripped of their camo shorts at the airport, the law reflects genuine concerns about security and impersonation. If you're planning a Caribbean vacation, maybe leave the army surplus jacket at home and embrace the floral prints instead. Fashion can be a form of security, apparently. Rule number 20. The city of Topeka, Kansas once outlawed snowball fights. This cheerless law was presumably created after an incident involving either property damage or an unexpectedly aggressive winter battle. While children continue to hurl frozen projectiles at each other every winter without police intervention, the law remains a monument to someone's very personal vendetta against seasonal fun. Should snowball fights be regulated, or is a little cold warfare healthy for childhood development? Rule number 21. In the beautiful nation of Greece, it was once illegal to wear high heels at ancient historical sites. This law was created to protect the delicate stonework from being damaged by pointed footwear. While guards at the Acropolis aren't conducting shoe inspections, the law reflects a genuine concern for preserving human heritage. Would you sacrifice fashion for archaeology, or do ancient stones need to toughen up and handle modern footwear? Rule number 22. The state of Oregon has a law making it illegal to pump your own gas. Unlike most laws on this list, this one is actually enforced, making it technically not dumb at all, just unusual. Oregon and New Jersey are the only states where attendants must fill your tank. What started as a safety measure has become a unique cultural experience for confused tourists. Is being served at the gas pump a luxury or an inconvenience? Opinions vary wildly, depending on the weather. Rule number 23. In the island nation of Singapore, it is famously illegal to sell or chew gum. This law, created to keep the city's subway system clean, is actually enforced with significant fines. While tourists can bring small amounts for personal use, selling gum can result in serious legal trouble. It's a reminder that Singapore takes cleanliness extremely seriously. Would you sacrifice gum for spotless streets, or is the right to chew a fundamental freedom worth fighting for? Rule number 24. South Carolina has a law prohibiting the keeping of horses in bathtubs. This suspiciously specific legislation makes you wonder about the exact incident that required governmental intervention. The logistics of getting a horse into a bathtub seem challenging enough without legal prohibition. While the equine bathing, police have never made an arrest. The law stands as a warning to anyone with a very large tub and a very small horse. Who exactly was trying to do this? And in the historical city of Venice, Italy, it is technically illegal to feed the pigeons in St. Mark's Square. This law was created to reduce the damage caused by pigeon droppings to the city's ancient buildings and monuments. While our tourists are occasionally warned by officials, no one has been formally prosecuted for offering breadcrumbs to the birds. It's a practical law, hidden inside a seemingly absurd prohibition. Should we protect buildings at the expense of bird-human bonding, or should pigeons find their own lunch? Rule number 26. The state of Arizona has an old law making it illegal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs. This is different from South Carolina's horse law and suggests a nationwide pattern of people attempting to bathe their large animals. The Arizona law allegedly originated after a flood carried a sleeping donkey in a bathtub through a town, causing significant damage. Whether this story is true or urban legend, the law remains a monument to one very unlucky donkey. If your donkey is tired, please provide appropriate bedding outside the bathroom. Rule number 27. In the frozen wilderness of Alaska, it is illegal to wake a sleeping bear for the purpose of taking a photograph. This law sounds like common sense until you realize it was specifically necessary because enough tourists tried to do exactly this. While the bears generally handle their own security without police assistance, the law serves as an official warning. If you want a bear photo, use a zoom lens. If you want to become bear food, try waking one up for a selfie. Rule number 28. The island of Sardinia in Italy has a law making it illegal to build sandcastles on certain beaches. This was created to prevent overcrowding and preserve the natural beauty of the coastline. While children aren't being arrested for their architectural beach projects, the law reflects genuine environmental concerns. Is sandcastle building an inalienable right, or should beaches be preserved in their natural, castle-free state? The debate continues every summer. Rule number 29. In the landlocked nation of Bolivia, married women are limited to one glass of wine in public. This archaic law reflects deeply outdated views about women's behavior and autonomy. While modern Bolivian women drink freely without legal consequence, the law remains an embarrassing reminder of patriarchal history. Some dumb laws are funny, others are just sad. This one falls firmly in the second category, proving that legal stupidity often has victims. Rule number 30. The city of Chico, California, once made it illegal to detonate a nuclear device within city limits. The fine for violating this ordinance was a mere $500. While no one has tested this law, presumably because nuclear devices are difficult to acquire and international treaties generally discourage their use, the fine seems laughably inadequate. If you're capable of obtaining nuclear weapons, a $500 ticket is probably not your primary concern. Points for optimism, Chico. Rule number 31. In the picturesque nation of Andorra, it was once mandatory by law for all citizens to own a rifle. This law stemmed from the country's need for a citizen militia to defend its independence. While modern Andorrans aren't required to arm themselves, the law reflects a fascinating history of tiny nations protecting themselves against much larger neighbors. Should every citizen be armed for national defense, or is that a recipe for disaster? History has examples supporting both answers. Rule number 32. The state of Virginia has a law prohibiting hunting on Sundays, with one specific exception. You can hunt raccoons, but only until 2 a.m. This bizarrely specific exemption suggests a historical crisis involving nocturnal raccoon activities that required immediate legislative intervention. While Sunday hunters generally stay home, regardless of their target species, the raccoon exception remains a mystery, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in fur. What did raccoons do to earn this special exception? Rule number 33. In the city of Tuzin, Poland, Winnie the Pooh was banned from playgrounds because he's half naked and his gender is ambiguous. Local officials considered the pantless bear an inappropriate role model for children. While Winnie continues to appear on merchandise worldwide, this one Polish town took a firm stance against bottomless cartoon bears. Should fictional characters be held to human decency standards, or should we let bears be bears? Rule number 34. Kentucky has a law requiring all citizens to take a bath at least once per year. While this sounds like a very low bar for personal hygiene, the law presumably targeted an even lower baseline that existed when it was written. The hygiene police have never conducted smell tests, but the law serves as official encouragement to maintain basic cleanliness. If yearly bathing is the legal minimum, what does that say about historical standards? Rule number 35. In the nation of Bhutan, tobacco Tobacco sales have been illegal since 2004, making it the first country to ban cigarettes entirely. While enforcement is genuine, the law includes an exemption for personal use if you can prove you purchased tobacco abroad and paid heavy import taxes. It's a dumb law in execution, but noble in intention. Should all countries ban tobacco, or is the right to damage your own lungs a personal freedom? Rule number 36. The city of Hartford, Connecticut once made it illegal to cross the street while walking on your hands. This gloriously specific law suggests a time when handstand walking was apparently a common mode of transportation, or at least enough of a problem to require legislation. While the acrobatic police have never made an arrest, the law remains a monument to someone's very particular concerns about pedestrian methods. If you can walk on your hands, should society accommodate or restrict your unique talent? Rule number 37. In the culturally rich nation of Iran, Western haircuts are technically illegal. Styles considered too Western, including ponytails and mullets, on men can result in official warnings or even salon closures. While enforcement varies by region and political climate, the law reflects ongoing tensions between traditional values and global cultural influences. Should governments control hairstyles, or is follicular freedom a fundamental human right? Rule number 38. The state of Pennsylvania has a law requiring all motor vehicles to be preceded by someone waving a red flag to warn horses of its approach. This law dates from the earliest days of automobiles, when horses were the primary transportation method and cars were terrifying new machines. While no modern driver employs a flag-waving herald, the law technically remains active. Should we bring back flag wavers for pedestrian safety, or would that create more traffic? In the city of Turin, Italy, dog owners are required by law to walk their pets at least 3 times per day. Failure to provide adequate walkies can result in fines up to €500. Unlike most laws on our list, this one is occasionally enforced through neighbor complaints and animal welfare checks. It's a dumb law in the sense that it legislates common sense, but it's also a beautiful commitment to canine happiness. Should all cities require minimum exercise for pets? Rule number 40. The state of Rhode Island has a law making it illegal to sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. This bizarre prohibition seems designed to prevent weekend dental hygiene, though the reasoning has been lost to history. While no pharmacist has ever refused a combined purchase on the Sabbath, the law remains an inexplicable mystery. Were Sunday toothbrushes considered sinful, or did someone really hate clean teeth? Rule number 41. In the island nation of Fiji, touching someone's head is considered highly offensive and can technically result in legal consequences if done without permission. The head is considered sacred in Fijian culture, and touching it is a serious violation of social norms. While tourists are usually given grace for cultural ignorance, the law reflects a deep respect for personal and spiritual boundaries. Should more cultures legally protect their sacred traditions, or does that create too many tourist traps? Rule number 42. The city of Baltimore has an old law making it illegal to take a lion to the movies. We mentioned this in passing earlier, but it deserves its own spotlight. Someone, at some point, brought an actual lion to a cinema. The city had to write legislation specifically prohibiting this behavior. The fact that tigers and other big cats weren't mentioned suggests the lion incident was very specific and very memorable. Hollywood really does attract all kinds of audiences. Rule number 43. In the nation of Guatemala, traditional Mayan languages were once illegal to use in public schools. This colonial-era law was designed to suppress indigenous culture and force assimilation. While modern Guatemala celebrates its Mayan heritage, the law's historical existence is a painful reminder of cultural oppression. Not all dumb laws are funny. Some represent humanity's darkest impulses to control and erase. These laws deserve to be remembered, so they're never repeated. Rule number 44. The state of Michigan has a law making it illegal to chain an alligator to a fire hydrant. This suspiciously specific prohibition suggests someone actually attempted this exact combination of reptile and city infrastructure. While the alligator hydrant police have never made an arrest, the law serves as official guidance for anyone considering unusual parking solutions for their exotic pets. If you have an alligator. Please invest in proper containment facilities. Rule number 45. In the beautiful city of Paris, France, it was once illegal for women to wear trousers without special permission from the police. This law, dating from 1800, was technically active until 2013 when it was officially repealed. For over 2 centuries, French women were technically criminals for wearing pants. While enforcement stopped long before the official repeal, the law's survival demonstrates how outdated legislation can linger in the shadows. Fashion really has been a battleground for equality. Rule number 46. The nation of Turkmenistan once banned lip-syncing at concerts and public events. The president decreed that all performers must sing live to preserve the authenticity of musical performances. While enforcement was sporadic, the law reflected one leader's very particular opinions about artistic integrity. Should lip-syncing be illegal everywhere, or should performers be allowed to fake it? The debate between live authenticity and polished perfection continues. Rule number 47. In the state of Montana, it is illegal to have a sheep in the cab of your truck without a chaperone. The chaperone presumably ensures appropriate behavior between driver and livestock. While the sheep supervision police have never conducted cab inspections, the law suggests a history of unattended sheep causing problems in vehicle cabins. If you're transporting sheep, please bring a responsible adult. The sheep doesn't count. Rule number 48. The City of London has an ancient law making it illegal to carry a plank of wood along a pavement. This law was originally designed to prevent construction workers from blocking pedestrian traffic with unwieldy building materials. While modern Londoners aren't being stopped for their lumber transportation, the law reflects centuries of urban planning concerns. Should we have more laws controlling what people carry in public, or would that create an enforcement nightmare? Rule number 49. In the nation of Saudi Arabia, there is no minimum age for marriage, which is technically not illegal, but profoundly disturbing. While not a dumb law in the humorous sense, it represents a serious gap in legal protection for children. Sometimes the dumbest law is the one that doesn't exist when it desperately should. This entry serves as a reminder that legal reform isn't just about removing absurd statutes, but also about creating necessary protections. Rule number 50. And now, saved for the spectacular finish, we travel to the remote Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard, where the town of Longyearbyen has made it effectively illegal to die. This isn't a joke or an exaggeration. The permafrost is so cold that bodies don't decompose, creating a genuine public health concern when diseases from past centuries remain perfectly preserved in frozen corpses. The local cemetery stopped accepting new residents in 1950. If you become terminally ill or elderly in Longyearbyen, you are flown to mainland Norway to spend your final days. The town has no nursing homes, no hospice facilities, and no provisions for end-of-life care, because legally you cannot end your life there. It's the ultimate human attempt to legislate against nature's most inevitable law. While no one has been prosecuted for dying, the practical result is a town where everyone must leave before their final breath. Death, it seems, is the one law even lawmakers cannot fully control.